Hello everyone, welcome to our chapter. Today we are discussing a new chapter. Our chapter name is Morphology of Flowering Plants. Morphology of Flowering Plants. What is morphology? Morphology is a branch of botany. Botany means the study of plants. Okay, and zoology is the study of animals. So here morphology is a branch of botany which deals with the study of external form and the structure of plants. What is morphology? The study of the external form and the structure of plants. Okay, so the flowering plants have root, stem, leaves. Okay, then the bud, flower, all these are the main morphological features. When we are observing a plant, we can see flower, fruit, stem, leaf, bud, node, internode, then primary root and the secondary root. Okay, so the portion seen above the ground level or above the soil, that is known as shoot system, and the portion which is growing below to the soil, that is root system. Okay, so the aerial part developed from the plumule, the embryo forms the shoot system. Plumule means when a seed starts to germinate, the upper portion, okay, the upper portion forms the shoot portion. Shoot portion means stem portion. Okay, so that projection that arises from the seed, the projection arises from the seed, that is known as plumule. Plumule, Plumule, plumule. From the plumule of the embryo, the shoot system forming, and the underground portion, okay, the underground parts developed from the radicle, 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 and this radicle forms the root system. Clear it is. So a typical flowering plant shows vegetative and the reproductive phases. A typical flowering plant shows us vegetative and the reproductive phases. Vegetative parts means stem, branches, leaves and the buds. Okay. And the portion which help the organism for the reproduction, that is known as reproductive parts. It include flowers, fruits and the seeds. So the typical flowering plant is divided or shows two type of phases. One is vegetative phase and the next one is the reproductive phase. Vegetative phase or vegetative parts which include stem, branches, leaves and the buds. And the reproductive parts which include flowers, fruits and the seeds. Clear it is. First we are discussing the root system. Okay, so in most of the dicot plant, what do you mean by the dicot and the monocot? Is it similar? No, dicot means the seed having two cotyledon. Okay, same as our pea, pyre. Then the next is monocot. Monocot having only one cotyledon, coconut. Okay, coconut and arecanut are the example for the monocot. Okay, so in most of the dicot plants, the root developing from the radicle persists and forms the primary root, which in turn produces secondary and the tertiary roots. Okay, so that type of primary root and its branches together form the tap root system. Look at this figure. Here the primary root, secondary root and tertiary root. Okay, it will be seen here. So this type of arrangement that is known as tap root system. This type of arrangement is known as tap root system. So the primary root and its branches together constitute the tap root system. So the tap root system is the feature of the dicot plant. Clear? So the monocot plant feature is fibrous root system. Okay, suppose we are plucking a paddy, okay, so we can see the fibrous root. So fibrous root means in monocot the tap root is short-lived and replaced by a cluster of roots from the base of the stem. Okay, a root system composed of many fibrous roots from the base of the stem constitute the fibrous root system. That constitute the fibrous root system. Clear it is? Fibrous root system. So two type of root system, taproot system and the fibrous root system. So fibrous root system arises from the tip of the stem portion. Fibrous root system arises from the tip of the root portion. Okay, and the root which arises from the other than radicle. Normally the root is erased from the radicle and the shoot is erased from the plumule. 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 Okay. Suppose in any other condition, the root is erased from other than radicle. That is from nodes, from leaves, from the stem, from the branches. That is known as adventitious roots. Clear? Suppose the root is erased from the different part of the plant other than the radicle. That's from the node, leaf, the main stem and the branches that are called adventitious root system. Okay, so the next we are discussing the adventitious root system, and the more adventitious root system are the modifications in the root. What are the functions of the root? Functions of the root. The functions of the root system include absorption of water and the minerals, and fixing the plant in the soil, and the synthesis of plant growth regulators. So the function of the root system include absorption of water and the minerals, fixing the plants in the soil, and the synthesis of the plant growth regulators. Plant growth regulators means the material needed for the plant to grow. That is known as plant growth regulators. Okay. A typical root having the following structures. Following regions. The regions are root cap, meristematic region, region of elongation and the region of maturation. A typical root has the following regions. The structure is here. Please look at the structure. Root cap region, meristematic region and the region of elongation and the region of maturation. So this portion is the root cap region. So it protects the meristematic cell. Okay, the first one is root cap. Okay, so it is protects the meristematic cell. So near to the root cap, the next structure, meristematic region. So it contains the meristematic cell. What is meristematic cell? Continuously dividing cells are known as meristematic cell. In the case of plants, there are two types of cells. Meristematic cells and the permanent cells. Okay, meristematic cells, when they attain maturity, they get transformed into permanent cells. Once they change into permanent cells, it can't be divide. Okay, so the root cap, the next region is meristematic region. Meristematic region is the continuously dividing region and the root cap protect the meristematic cells. Okay, then the near to the meristematic region, the next region is region of elongation. The part of the root seen just above the part of the root. The part of the root seen just above the region of elongation. Then the next is region of maturation. Okay, it is a region of lateral roots and root hairs will be seen in this area. The region where the roots and the root hairs are seen, that region is known as region of maturation. Okay, so a typical root having the following parts. First one is root cap, the next one is meristematic region, and the third one is region of elongation, and the fourth one is region of maturation. The root cap means it protects the meristematic cell. Meristematic region, it contains meristematic cell. Meristematic cells have the ability to continuously divide. And the region of elongation, the part of the root seen just above the meristematic region, that is region of elongation. And the region of maturation means it is the region of lateral root and the root hairs. The region of the lateral root and the root hairs, that is that region of maturation. Okay, so the root system means the root system arises from the radicle of the embryo. It's seen in underground parts. Okay, in case of dicot, taproot system is found, and in case of monocot, fibrous root system is found. Then the roots, normally the roots are erased from the radicle, but in some condition the roots are erased from the other part of the plant. Node, leaf, main stem, branches, that type of roots are known as adventitious roots. A typical root having the following parts: root cap, meristematic region, region of elongation, and the region of maturation. Clear it is?